new Nigeria will be born. Who will be the next president? From which tribe will it come from? I'm going to give you the answer. That new party with coalition will overthrow the throne of Jagaban because APC will scatter.
I know we have heard a lot of prophecies from different men of God, but I need us to pay attention to this mind-blowing prophecy from this powerful man of God. Honestly, it is mind-blowing. Pay serious attention to everything he has to say. And don't forget, share the video on social media platform, share with your friends and loved ones. God bless us to do so. Watch this video.
I pray that as you listen to this prophecy, you will discern the direction to go to in 2027, because our God is not a God of darkness. It's a God that shed light towards the future. Our future is important. The future of our children are important. The future of the next generation is important. Even when our generation is gone, there are other generations that will remain, and they need to be blessed by the nation. And we need to solve problems that man cannot solve. We need answer to questions that man cannot answer, and that's why we need divine intervention. Today's political prophetic question is, who will be the next president? Who will be the next president? Who will be the next president? The next president, who will, from which tribe will it come from? How do you know? What happened? What transpired? Why is a change of plan? I'm going to give you the answer as I believe the Lord will help me to give you the answer. There is no question that God doesn't have answer. God has answer to all questions. We are mortals, but we need divine intervention to be able to answer unknown answer. We should be able to answer a question. Who will be the next president? In 2023, I was the prophet that prophesied P2B, and I was not the only one. Other people prophesied, and I said that a man will come from the east, and this man, I saw him in a vision from the head to the knee. This man is fair, and I described it, and I said these are the quality of this man, but I gave instruction for it will be becoming president. The instruction is he's going to become president through the revolution of the youth. That's one, and others instruction we are giving. Unfortunately, those instructions were not strictly adhered to. There was no alignment from what I gave and what I saw. The output is not in alignment with my input, and I came up after praying. I have to go and pray. When somebody is under the company of God and the company is having issue, you will go back to the owner. So I went to pray, and I received a message that a Cyrus is coming from the north. I said, this Cyrus is a northerner. I said Cyrus is coming from the north. I gave this prophecy about 2-3 years ago. No, let me say 2 years ago. I gave it in September 4, 2023. September 4, 2023. September 4. Go and check the broadcast of September 4, 2023, where I told you that Cyrus will come from the north. The essence of Cyrus is to overturn the throne of Jagaban, to overturn the throne of Jagaban. So I said Cyrus will come from the north. The Cyrus is going to be a leader, a president. So you should know by now that presidency will come from the north. It's not because P2B will not come. I said that they expect a northern president in 2027. The reason is that plan for the new Nigeria changed, but the purpose remained the same. The plan for the new Nigeria changed, but the purpose remained the same. Why did the plan change? Because Obi did not follow the similitude. Obi did not follow the similitude that I put in place. The similitude I put in place, if you follow it now, it will not work, because grace has passed him. There's time for grace. There's time for war. There's time for laugh. There's time to cry. There's time to rejoice. There's time for everything on the surface of the earth. When you are supposed to act and you don't act, by the time you act when it's late, it becomes futility, it becomes useless. So I told you that the plan has changed. The plan change is a Cyrus will come from the north. And I told you characteristics of Cyrus. If you remember vividly, I have told you in the in time past. Even go and check the broadcast of September 4, 2023, because I cannot be opening all the broadcasts I gave. I will open some for you, the recent one, but go and check. I gave you characteristics of Cyrus. If you check Isaiah chapter 45, you will see it there. Isaiah chapter 45. So we expect a northern president. So when I say who will be the president, it is Cyrus from the north. And I gave the characteristic. That's why I say this time around I will be giving instruction. If you are a Cyrus and you are not following the instruction and you fail, it's not my fault, because this is democracy. It's not like theocratic system of government where you select where Samuel and we go and anoint David, and then David will get to the throne and sit on the throne. It's not like that. The people are involved in making their king. The people are involved in this case. In Isaiah 45, that's where you see information about Cyrus. He said, "Thus saith the Lord to his anointed, to Cyrus, whose right hand I have holding, to subdue nation before him, and will loose the loins of kings." Cyrus should be a man that is fierce, that is rigid, that is rugged, because he will loose the loins of kings. Jagaban, Bat is a king. Cyrus should be able to loose his loins. Scattered APC, because APC will scatter very soon. So Cyrus should be somebody that can loose the loins of kings. That thing that gives you rigidity, that gives you solidity, he will remove it. That's what Cyrus does. And that's why we are telling you that this Cyrus will be a progeny of APC. Somebody that has been a member of APC and is going to finish APC. There will be many Cyruses, but there will be one Cyrus that will become the president of Nigeria in 2027. So many people come to me, and some people, let me not say many, because I don't have many friends. Some come to me and say that Obi, why would Obi become president? After all, you were talking about Obi. I told them this thing is a spiritual thing. I pray, I seek the face of God when you are sleeping and praying. But the art of a believer is to do the will of God. The will of God for 2027 is a Cyrus from the north. Somebody with a jihadist mindset. If you look at Cyrus, the history of Cyrus in this Isaiah 45, he's not a Jew. Cyrus is not a Jew. Cyrus is not a Jew. Because some people will tell you he's not a Christian. This person is not a Christian. He's not a Jew. So I told you right from time that Cyrus is not a church man. I used to stress it when I'm saying it. I say Cyrus is not a church man. So if you are thinking, God doesn't do things without principle. God is a God of principle. I stated all these principles. Look at verse 2. The loins of kings to open the two leaves gate, and the gate shall not be shut. He said, I will go before thee and make the crooked place straight. In other words, God is going to back up that Cyrus. God is going to back up that Cyrus. The Cyrus may not be perfect. It may not be perfect, but grace will follow the Cyrus. Grace will follow the Cyrus. And then you will say, what's happening? You are going to see a situation where the preparation of the Cyrus will begin to take place spontaneously, in a way that it will just look, this one happened, this one happened. You just hear that so thing has happened. A northerner has resigned. A northerner will just resign from Tinubu's government. Another northerner will leave. Crisis will begin to happen. Tinubu will begin to experience betrayal from the north. Because I told you right from about 2 years ago that northerners shall rise against Tinubu, if you remember, because they are going to prepare ground for the presidency that is coming from the north. Because if you look at our Igbo brother, they are not ready. When opportunity is given to a tribe and that tribe is not united, then that opportunity is taken. Don't blame God, because you had grace, you wasted it. The Igbo people wasted the grace of God. We will see where Obi is there, Soludo will talk his own, the other person talk his own. Well, this is fundamental human right according to the Constitution of Nigeria. But when it comes to political perspective, they are downgrading them, their tribe. So what are we saying? What we are saying is that grace has been taken from Obi and given to a Cyrus from the north. And that's why I advise Obi on this office of my prophecy. I am in this office. Everybody have their own office. That's why I advise Peter B to do what? To link with that Cyrus. He should link with that Cyrus and step down for the Cyrus to go and then become vice president. Unfortunately, I heard Amechi is going to become vice president to El-Rufai. That's if he come out in the primary as president. So let us be wise. We serve a wise God, all-knowing God. It's not just wise, all-knowing, omniscience, omnipotent. He sees the future. And right from 3 years ago, I've been saying Cyrus is coming. Cyrus is coming from the north. Plan has changed. That Obi decide and the people, Obi and the people decide to go through the road of the wilderness. What do we mean when I say road of the wilderness? Please remember, I understand spiritual matters. That means you are taking a longer route. It's going to take us longer time. And that's why, because of the time, longer time, Obi will need to step down so that somebody can come from the north, put things in the fitting. Things are already soured and scattered. Nigeria is scattered, but we can arrange through the right leadership. And that's why you need to have the spiritual inclination. This thing is beyond the physical. It's not issue of Tinubu or not Tinubu. It's not issue of this one or that one. No. Because you are going to see the mighty divine hand of God anytime from now, and you will see confusion in the political arena. The politicians will become confused. If you remember, I told you, I said expect a northern president, and I told you also, let me show you, because this person that will come from the north is going to be a jihadist, and is going to be rigid. I gave prophecy on this 2 months ago. Let me show you some part of it. I used to tell you so that you can know this is what I said. I saw I greet you as all over Nigerian faith, yeah. Let me fast forward it because of time. I want to do since. Please don't be offended. Let me. The result different. I told you that the person from Christ had come from bottom fortnight around January 2021. I said Cyrus as there was Cyrus that can try some is Nigeria would buy somebody that will stand right, and that person that can. That's the person that was talk and Cyrus. The plan of God can naturally Nigeria. What's the plan? Your plan no is sad. When you have a church where God can to another person, also is the same thing that Mesa is Cyrus is a man, and that is Cyrus that is called not church man. I'm not saying it's an devil, it's not a church man, it's not man. I like from that side church man. Why is this Cyrus concept ever? And like me, I didn't see cancel. So you see that I have explained it. This Cyrus will come from the north. So expect a northern president in 2027. Expect a northern president. And I gave prophecy. In this prophecy, I gave it the first time I gave that Cyrus is coming, I think is September 4, 2023. And then I reminded you in about 2 months ago. Let me look at the date, April 2, 2025. I said expect a northern president in 2027. That northern president is a Cyrus. Then if you look at the next one, I told you that a northern president will pave way for P2B. I gave it in June 1st, 2025. Because of time, we cannot play it. I said the northern president that is coming will pave a way for P2B, and that's why I said P2B should go into coalition. Coalition is the only solution to removing the throne of Jagaban, because that is what has been instituted by the wisdom of men to actualize the wisdom of God, to actualize the plan of God. God cannot give you a plan and then come and do the plan for you. You will do it by yourself. So the plan of God is for a Cyrus to come from the north. But if the people refuse to go into coalition, it might become difficult. That's why direction is needed. That's why a prophet is needed in a nation to give the nation divine direction. So you cannot achieve that aim of becoming the president if you don't go into alignment, into alliance into coalition. So this coalition will help for you to overthrow the throne of Jagaban. And that's why I said Obi should drop his ego. Atiku, drop your ego. El-Rufai and others, they should come together and then pick someone from the north to represent them. Because this person is going to be a northern. I've told you that El-Rufai is the will of God, even if he's not a Christian, the will of God. So if you know that, then as a Christian, you know what to do. We walk in line with God's will. Let that person come and put Nigeria in the right fitting. We are talking of putting Nigeria in the right fitting. That's to pave way for the new Nigeria. So the next president is going to come from the north. And God showed me a vision. I believe the vision is from God. This vision, I saw four presidential candidates, 3 northern presidential candidates, three northern presidential candidates. Then Peter Obi. In that vision, Peter Obi wept. And that's why I gave the prophecy that will tell you the greatest mistake that Peter Obi will do is to go and then contest under Labour Party. Labour Party will scatter. I've told you. I was the one that said Labour Party will scatter. They are scattering, and they will fight to finish. And I said, join El-Rufai, go into coalition with El-Rufai. If you are forming a new party, that new party with coalition will overthrow the throne of Jagaban, because APC will scatter. I'm going to give a prophecy on APC. I've gotten message on APC. They should prepare to scatter, except they run to God. Because what I'm saying for APC is a doom. They should run to God. They should run to God. They should run to God. So you are going to see a situation where the vision. Let me explain the vision, because I think I digress a little. Now, in that vision, I saw Peter Obi wept, and that's why I gave advice for Peter Obi, because I have seen the danger coming, that you should go into coalition with the Northerners. You should go into coalition with El-Rufai. I've said it. I saw the three Northerners. 2 of them. One was sad. The other one was in a mourning state. One rejoiced. The one that rejoiced is a Cyrus, and he's the president. I saw it in the vision. So what we should do is to pray that God, let your will be done, because we have no other option than to champion the will of God. May God help us as we continue to pray for the nation. God bless you. Bye for now.
I'm sure you have heard everything the man of God has said in this video. Like I mentioned earlier, we have heard so many prophecies from different men of God, different women of God, from different prophetess and prophets and all the rest. We have heard a lot. And you see, each time I post a video like this, a video about a man of God or a woman of God speaking about the things happening in Nigeria, in Africa, and in the world. One of the things a lot of people say when I ask them to pray is that, why are we going to continue to pray? I understand why a lot of us are saying that, because it seems like we have been praying for ages. We have been praying for years and nothing is changing. But that will not change the fact that we still need to be praying for our country, Nigeria, and Africa as a continent. It is important. I always tell people this, that prayer is one important tool and one important weapon we can use to fight against what is happening in our country, Nigeria, and in Africa. You may want to ask me, how is prayer going to help us? Some people always ask me that, will God come down to help us do certain things here in Nigeria? My answer is no, because I've always mentioned it, that God cannot do for us the things we are supposed to do. For instance, God cannot eat for you. God cannot bath for you. No matter how you do it, no matter how you pray, no matter how you kabash, God will never do what you are supposed to be doing. Imagine praying that God should come and put food in your mouth. It is an error. So I understand the angle you are coming from. There are things God can never do for us. But I need you to understand this. There is a reason why Nigeria, regardless of all the things that are happening, despite all the things we are seeing this tribe warring that tribe, we are seeing Boko Haram doing this and that, a whole lot of things have been happening in this country. There is a reason why we have not experienced major war in this country. You can go and look at other countries that are fighting war. Little things are what is causing war for them, but you see, God has continued to preserve this country, Nigeria, despite everything the enemy is doing. So if you think prayer is not working, you need to rethink. You need to have a rethink. prayer is playing its own role in preserving this our country, Nigeria. I've always said it, that Nigeria is a blessed country. Nigeria is a blessed country, because if you have been listening to me, I've always said this, that a thief does not break into an empty building, or a building the thief will not find anything of value to steal from. If you see a thief breaking into a house, it means that they have an information that there is something valuable in that house that they are going to steal. A thief can never wake up today and just go to a poor man's house. What is he going to steal? Gari or what? So a thief will only break into a house that is valuable. And if you look at what the Bible said about the devil, he said that the devil is like a roaring lion looking for whom he will devour. The Bible also described the devil as somebody that have come to steal, to kill, and to destroy. So the devil is a thief, and the devil, being a thief, can never attack anything that does not have value. You need to understand this. The devil will never attack an empty vessel. The devil does not attack everybody. So that is why when they say, hey, leave this on the devil, it's a lie. Some people are not, it's not the devil that is attacking them, it is their decisions. So if you see the devil attacking our country, Nigeria, it tells you that there is something valuable in this country. Nigeria is a blessed country. That is why the devil is trying everything it can to pull Nigeria apart. Every day we are hearing rumor of this, we are hearing that this is happening here, that is happening there. We are hearing this politician fighting this politician. A lot is going on in this country, Nigeria, yet we are standing strong. Look at our citizens. Nigerians are doing amazingly well. Even though I was watching a video earlier today and I heard that the likes of Brainjota, Sabinus and all that, they make more than $50,000 monthly from their content creation this thing. And we have so many Nigerian youth that are doing well. But you know the funny thing about life, the negative things sell more than the positive things. That is how come if you go on the internet, you'll be seeing you see a lot of marriages that are working on in your area. You know your neighbor that have been married for more than 20 years. You have seen your parents that have been married for 30 years, 40 years, 40 something years. You see people that have been married for so long. But do you know what people talk about the most? Few marriages that are failing. It tells you that negativity sells. So you see this country, Nigeria, is a blessed country. And I have that belief and that confidence that someday, somehow, Nigeria is going to be great again. Nigeria is going to be big again. Nigeria is going to get to the point we all expect it to get to. All I just pray for is for a leader that can help transform the fortunes of this country. If you look at what is happening in Abia State, I remember years ago when there is this saying that Abia State is the dirtiest state in all West Africa. Because of how things was done in the state. If you go to that state, it was totally messed up. But go to Abia State today, you can use your phone to check and see what their governor is doing. It tells you that a good leader can transform the fortune of any state or any country. So Nigeria needs a leader that can help change things in this country. Now let me leave that aside. If you listen to what all these prophets are saying concerning our country, I've always mentioned it, if you have been following me, that what is killing this country is just three things: tribalism, religion, and politics. That is the only thing killing this our country, Nigeria. And that is why I continue to thank God that these three things I mentioned that the devil is trying to use to destroy this country is not like their plans are not working at all. Yoruba is fighting Igbo, Igbo is fighting Hausa, Hausa is fighting every time you go out or you go to the internet, you'll be hearing this tribe, they did that tribe, they did this one, this politician have done this one, religion is doing this. All these things are what is destroying this our country, Nigeria. If there is a way to regulate and take care of these three things, Nigeria is going to stand strong and get better. That is it. If you observe, I've not talked about even what the man of God have mentioned, because you see, go to my channel, I've created more than 600 videos. So always I talk about all these things. I've asked you to pray, I've analyzed all sorts of prophecies, but I need us to understand that talking about all these things is not going to change anything for us. So I want to encourage every one of us that we do well to pray. Pray for this country, Nigeria, pray for Africa, and pray for the world. Number 2, try not to be tribalistic. If you are from Igbo, just forget about tribalism. Because sometimes you hear if a Yoruba man does something, Igbo people say, that it is because it is because. Let us drop all those things if we want this country to move forward. Watch, if by tomorrow P2B gets into power as the president of the country, no matter what he does, Hausa will say he did it wrong. No matter what he does, Yoruba will say he did it wrong because of tribalism. It is killing us. Number 3, forget about politics. Forget about politics. When I supported Peter Obi, not because I'm in Labour Party or something. I don't believe in party. But I looked at him, I felt that, okay, based on his track record, because I always speak about track record, I felt that this man is somebody that can help move this country forward. That is why I supported him. So sometimes when I say, pray for Tinubu, pray for this person, some people think that, okay, I supported Tinubu or anything. I don't belong to any political party. I support anybody or any candidate that can help move this country forward. So if you say I support Tinubu, I support this, it does not bother me because I know that I don't support these people, but I will always pray for them. As I'm here, I will never sit here or stand anywhere to pray that Tinubu should die or to pray for the downfall of anybody or for the death of anybody just to satisfy you. I will never do it. First of all, that is not what the Bible teaches. The Bible never taught us to be praying for the death of anybody. The Bible never taught us that we should pray for anybody to fall. Rather, the Bible teaches us to pray for our enemies. He said, pray for those people that have hurt and persecuted you. That is what the Bible teaches us. And as a believer, that is what I am going to do. I am not going to compromise on that. I am not going to change anything about that. I will never sit here just because if I do it, you'll be happy. And I will say I will be praying for Tinubu to die. I will never do it. I will never do it at all. It's against my own belief. It's against everything I stand for and everything I believe in. Praying that somebody should die. Why? I will never do it. Rather, I will pray for God to show him mercy. For God to use it. It is possible for God to still use him to transform this country. Yes, it is possible. So I want to encourage us to do well to pray for our country, Nigeria. The things that this man of God are saying are not like things we should be jubilating over. Every time we are hearing negative things about our country, Nigeria. So it is important for us to pray. So I want to encourage us, let us do well to pray for our country, Nigeria. And then please let me know your thought about everything the man of God has said in this video. They have been speaking a lot. They have been speaking about Mahama in Ghana, speaking about Ghana politics, speaking about Ghana as a country, speaking about Nigeria, speaking about Africa in general and the world. But we need to be praying. We need to be praying. The devil is not resting. So we don't need to rest. There is this popular song that said, if I don't pray, say that Satan will make mess of me. So a lot of people don't believe that song, but I need you to understand that you need to be praying for our country, Nigeria, for Africa, and for the world. Because the devil is not resting. The devil is trying to put confusion everywhere, to destroy everything about this world, to bring chaos, to make people make people hate each other, people fight each other. That is what the only thing the devil is doing. And we need to stand up on our feet and pray and fight against all these things. That is what we need to do. Thank you so much for watching the video. Please do to subscribe to the channel, turn on your notification bell so you will post another video, you'll be notified. If you turn the subscribe button to say thank you to you. Thank you for stopping by to watch our video. We love and appreciate the support you give us on this channel. May God bless you. May God reward you in the name of Jesus. When you call for one, may millions answer in the name of Jesus. Please don't forget, share the video, also share the platform, share it with friends and lovers. God bless us to do so. I'll see you in the next one. You are blessed.
I have good news for you. You will win. It's been written.
I am what I am by the grace of God. As long as that grace does not fail, Satan will never fail.
This revival you see will not be aborted.